What's up, guys? In this video, I'll be recapping everything that happened in week 1 of college football. That's really all I have to say in this intro. Let's get into it. Okay, so what you see in front of you is all the notable games from week 1. Most of these games I watched live, but the ones that I did watch a replay of most of them. I'd watch a good portion of the replays as well, because I wanted to know, get a feeling of the team, how people thought they'd be coming into the season and what they actually look like. So yeah, really I just want to talk about these games and what I saw from them. Okay, so the first one we're going to talk about is Navy versus Notre Dame. So this game was in Dublin, Ireland. I guess you probably can tell who's the favorite team in the game. Navy was the home team technically. They were closer to there. But that's besides the point. Notre Dame killed Navy 42-3. There isn't too much to talk about this besides Sam Hartman is a great QB. We all knew that. Broke a bunch of ACC records. He's great. And I think Notre Dame's going to give a real test to Ohio State. They're definitely going to be better than last year, and I think it's going to be a closer game than 21-10 from last year. So watch out for the Notre Dame team. I know everybody says they're overrated, but I think they're top 15 to top 8 range for this year. I think they're a really solid team, and they could definitely beat Ohio State and show their weaknesses. Next, I have Utah versus Florida. So last year, Florida beat Utah in it was a crazy fashion. This time, Florida came to Utah. Utah won 24-11. So Utah was playing without Cameron Rising, but Utah started off strong. They were hot in this game. Florida looks like trash. Probably gonna have a similar year to last year. They don't look much. They lost Anthony Richardson. They really don't have really bright spots. They had Wisconsin transfer Graham Mertz, but he's not an amazing QB. That's why he transferred from Wisconsin. Also, third down efficiency, fourth down efficiency was awful. Utah 3 for 13, Florida 1 for 13. Florida was 2 for 5 in efficiency, so that was not good either. Overall, I think Utah played fine. Good defense. The offense will be better once Cam Rising comes back. Just Florida is going to have a down year. They're not looking good for the rest of the season. And my third game is Tennessee versus Virginia. So I did say that I thought Tennessee would kind of fall off, not completely, but I don't think they'd be as good as a team as last year. I still don't think that. I still don't think they're going to be as good as last year because they lost some key offensive pieces. Defense will still be the same. But Joe Milton did shine. Offense was electric. They scored 49 versus Virginia. Virginia's not great, but they don't suck either. Offense looked great. Defense played good against Virginia, but Virginia, like I said, isn't the best. Their offense isn't super talented. But overall, this Tennessee team I think is going to be solid. I think they'll maybe put up 9 wins, 10 maybe. Hopefully they can upset Georgia, so Georgia's not getting 3-peats. But overall, I think Tennessee silenced some haters. I'm not saying I was one, but I do think they silenced them because I think they're going to be better than what other people thought they would be. Okay, next I have Colorado versus TCU. So this was at TCU. Colorado was hyped, but also some people were thinking, oh, they're going to win 3 games. No depth. They're old transfers. They don't have chemistry. Yes, I do understand that. I thought it's going to either be super easy for TCU to win that, or it's going to be a difficult game. It turned out being a difficult game for TCU. As a matter of fact, they lost. So, Colorado, Shooter Sanders looked great. They played a crazy high-tempo offense. Both teams did, but Colorado a bit quicker. They came out the gates. It was crazy. It was going so fast-paced. Shooter Sanders, great. Defense, there wasn't defense in the game. You could tell from the score. But from the defense, the one bright spot I saw, man, Travis Hunter, former number one player in the class, he popped off. He had like an amazing acrobatic pick. He played both sides of the ball. Didn't look gassed. He was great. Like, possible Heisman contender if he keeps up that type of performance, basically week to week. I think Colorado will be a dangerous team. And from that performance, they could be like 8-9 wins. I just don't know, like, if injuries hurt them, how will they do? Because I don't think they have that much depth. Okay, so the fifth one I want to talk about is Ohio State versus Indiana. So Ohio State played at Indiana. I still thought the Ohio State would win by like 30. Just overall, a lot of people are like, I saw that a lot of Buckeye fans are mad. People are already counting out Ohio State, saying McCord's trash, fire Ryan Day. Then you hold up a second. Because look, what if the score was 42-21? 42-21. That's a normal Ohio State win. Score a bunch of points. Defense plays mediocre. Actually bad, because Indiana's not a good team. Yeah, they're a conference opponent, better than what most teams played, but they're Indiana. Besides 2020, they suck. So, 42-21, everyone would be acting normal, saying offense is good, just defense needs to clean up. Well, look, defense gives up 3 points. Wow, stellar performance. Offense scores 23. So, I'm already counting out that. Just saying, if I was an Ohio State fan, I'd rather have it be 23-3 than 42-21. Because I believe that Ryan Day would be able to make this offense better. I have more confidence in that because they have shown me that they have great offenses over like the past 5-7 years. But the defense hasn't really looked good since 2019. And before that, like, I don't even know, 2014. So that's my take on that. Colin McCord, he's going to get better. Doesn't have much experience. I know it's people saying it's his third year in the system. He's going to be fine. I don't think Devin Brown's taking the job because I think Colin McCord will also transfer if Brown gets the job. Anyway, though, I think Ohio State's going to be fine. It's not the end of the world. And I think they're going to have a great season. This next one is not like Ohio State at all. So Penn State came out, beat West Virginia, and West Virginia's like, average team, Big 12. So they played like a way tougher game than most teams. But anyway, Penn State 38-15, good offense. Defense played solid, I guess. Drew Aller looked great. I'm telling you, great. 3 touchdowns, 21 for 29, 325 yards. Like, that's just great. Offensive line looked solid. Nicholas Singleton and Katron Allen, like I said, great running backs. Like, Michigan and Penn State probably, like, they always seem to have a solid running back room. Like, Penn State especially, like, they have Saquon, It's like, they had Saquon. They just always have a good running back room. And also, Keandre Lambert-Smith, I saw some, like, flashes from him last season. And just this game, he puts up 4 receptions, 123 yards, 2 touchdowns. So, Penn State dominant. I think this is the year that they beat either Ohio State or Michigan. I'm leaning to them beating Ohio State probably. Just saying, but I think if it's any year, it might be this year where Penn State, Michigan, Ohio State each beat each other, and there's like some crazy tiebreaker rule they'll have. But yeah, I think this is the best year Penn State has had since 2017, and I think they're better than that. And they might be the Big Ten East champ. We don't know. That's why we love college football. Okay, so the next game is North Carolina versus South Carolina. So this was a good game, 31-17, at the Carolina Panthers Stadium. So, a lot of people, I thought South Carolina would come out. Everyone thought South Carolina would be a solid team. I think they will still be a solid team, but North Carolina and Drake May, Drake May is another great QB, Heisman candidate. He's gonna give Caleb Williams a run for his money for the number 1 pick and the Heisman this year. So, watch out for him. He's great. Even though, just watching him, he made several, 4 or 5 crazy throws that I don't know how many more QBs could do that in college football right now. And South Carolina, Spencer Rattler looked fine. Just overall, North Carolina looked like the better team. I still think South Carolina will make a bowl game. They'll probably go 8 wins, I think. North Carolina probably have some, they might be above Clemson, because we're about to talk about Clemson in a couple minutes, but I think it's going to be maybe Florida State, North Carolina in the ACC championship, just saying, because some crazy stuff happened in week 1. But yeah, I think North Carolina is a solid team, and I did think North Carolina was going to win. Okay, so I have Florida State versus LSU next. So this was probably the most anticipated game of the week, because Florida State was getting hyped. They were getting crazy hype. Everyone was high on them. Some people, I thought were even crazy, top 14. I thought they were more of I thought they'd be top 10, but top 5, I don't know. But after that game, yeah, they're top 5. Most, well-known analysts were even hesitant on them, because, most of the time, that hype isn't crazy real. They'll be solid, but they're not really a championship contending team. But from what I saw against LSU, Florida State, in the first half, it was, close. Both of them were playing good. They both looked like top 10 teams. But then, Florida State just took over, especially in the fourth. They just started owning them. 45-24 was it? 45-24, I think. And overall, Florida State's going to be solid. QB, great. He made a couple decisions that were a bit whack, but overall, great dual threat, great QB. And he's probably a Heisman contender. Jaden Daniels, also great QB, great dual threat, Heisman contender. We saw some good quarterback play. There were some defensive moments that were good as well. But overall, this was an offensive showdown for the most part. And really, LSU, LSU, Alabama, I think is going to be, again, the SEC West. Title, they're going to be fighting over that. And FSU, probably ACC champions from what I saw. And, that's a quick turnaround Mike Norvell gave to Florida State. This Florida State team is going to be good. I'm just shocked about how good they played, and they might be my favorite to win the Natty besides Georgia. Lastly, Clemson versus Duke. Clemson. I heard like a year ago, Dabo said he doesn't like the NIL stuff. He doesn't like the transfer portal. He's not going to use that. He wants to stick to the old way. Well, Clemson is falling behind. And if they want to get back into where they used to be, like mid 2050, like 2010s, they'll need to start using that, because these rich schools like Texas A&M are getting these good recruits, and they're going to end up being one of like great teams in like 3-4 years. That's just what I think. And every year Clemson's slowly getting worse, and now they hit an all-time low for like the past 7 years. They lost to Duke. Duke's going to be solid. Not like, I don't think they'll make like a New Year's Six bowl really. They'll be solid, but overall, they'll like probably be like a 9-win team. They're going to be solid. I liked how they played. QB played well. Stadium was great. The atmosphere was great. I stayed up to watch that one. That was nice. And it was like the first one in 19 years. Just the big takeaways. Clemson has fallen. Like they have fell off. They went away from that elite team to now like good team. Like they really need to pick it up to really show that they're still in that group. Okay, so that's the end of the video. I just wanted to give like my thoughts and information of week 1. So happy that college football is back, and I'll keep doing this for like the upcoming weeks, all the way till probably conference championship week. And yeah, we put like in the comments below, put your thoughts and on these games that like were most notable. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this video. Come back again, and please like and subscribe.